Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video, you are going to learn about UNESCO World Heritage Site. First of all, the definition of a World Heritage Site is a cultural or natural landmark that has been recognized by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. The sites are deemed worthy of preservation due to their universal value to humanity, both in the present and for future generations. A UNESCO World Heritage Site is a specific site that has been nominated and confirmed for inclusion on the list maintained by the International World Heritage Program. There are 8 missions for UNESCO World Heritage Site. The first is to encourage countries to sign the World Heritage Convention and to ensure the protection of their natural and cultural heritage. The second is to encourage states parties to the convention to nominate sites within their national territory for inclusion on the World Heritage List. Next is to encourage states parties to establish management plans and set up reporting systems on the state of conservation of their World Heritage Sites. The fourth is to help states parties safeguard World Heritage properties by providing technical assistance and professional training. Next is to provide emergency assistance for World Heritage Sites in immediate danger. Next is support states parties' public awareness building activities for World Heritage conservation. Then, to encourage participation of the local population in the preservation of their cultural and natural heritage. Finally, to encourage international cooperation in the conservation of our world's cultural and natural heritage. Now we already know their missions. What are the criteria for UNESCO in selecting the site? In order the site to be selected by UNESCO, the site must fulfill either cultural or natural or both criteria. For cultural criteria, the first one is to represent a masterpiece of human creative genius. The second is to exhibit an important interchange of human values, over a span of time or within a cultural area of the world, on developments in architecture or technology, monumental arts, town planning or landscape design. Next is to bear a unique or at least exceptional testimony to a cultural tradition or to a civilization which is living or which has disappeared. Then, to be an outstanding example of a type of building, architectural or technological ensemble or landscape which illustrates significant stages in human history. Fourth, is to be an outstanding example of a type of building, architectural or technological ensemble or landscape which illustrates significant stages in human history. Next is to be an outstanding example of a traditional human settlement, land use, or sea use which is representative of a culture, or cultures, or human interaction with the environment especially when it has become vulnerable under the impact of irreversible change. And lastly is to be directly or tangibly associated with events or living traditions, with ideas, or with beliefs, with artistic and literary works of outstanding universal significance. As for natural criteria, there are 4 and the first is to contain superlative natural phenomena or areas of exceptional natural beauty significance. Second is to be outstanding examples representing major stages of Earth's history, including the record of life, significant ongoing geological processes in the development of landforms, or significant geomorphic or physiographic features. Next is to be outstanding examples representing significant ongoing ecological and biological processes in the evolution and development of terrestrial, freshwater, coastal and marine ecosystems and communities of plants and animals. Finally, to contain the most important and significant natural habitats for in-site conservation of biological diversity, including those containing threatened species of outstanding universal value from the point of view of science or conservation. Moving on to the categorization of UNESCO World Heritage Site. The R3 and the first on is cultural heritage. It is an expression of the ways of living developed by a community and passed on from generation to generation, include hundreds of historic buildings and town sites, important archaeological sites, and works of monumental sculpture or painting. Second is natural heritage. It refers to natural features, geological and physiographical formations and delineated areas that constitute the habitat of threatened species of animals and plants and natural sites of value from the point of view of science, conservation or natural beauty. And the third one is mixed heritage. It contains elements of both natural and cultural significance. The ratio of cultural to natural sites on the World Heritage List is roughly 3:1. Finally, here are some examples of UNESCO World Heritage Site in Malaysia and Tunisia. As for cultural heritage, from Malaysia there is Malacca and Georgetown, while from Tunisia, there is Amphitheatre of El Jem and Archaeological Site of Carthage. As for natural heritage, there's Gunung Mulu National Park and Kinabalu Park. Wjil from Tunisia, Ichkal National Park. The ratio of cultural to natural sites on the World Heritage List is roughly 3:1. Thank you for listening, and I hope you understand about UNESCO World Heritage Site.